order of the regular meeting of Mount Healthy Board of Education for October 13th, 2025. This is an open meeting. This is a meeting of the Board of Education in public and is not to be considered a public meeting. Could we have a roll call, please?
Dr. Turner,
I'm here.
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant,
I'm here.
Mr. Carter, Mr. Kilgore.
Here.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Board members have had the opportunity to look at the agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda as submitted?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Ms. Bryant. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant,
Yes.
Mr. Carter, I'm sorry, Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes. Board members have also had the opportunity to look at the minutes from the regular meeting held on September 15th and a special meeting held on September 18th. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as submitted?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Ms. Bryant. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant,
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes. Item 2 on the agenda, special orders, Mount Healthy Teachers Association.
Our meeting is later this week, so I don't have a report tonight.
Okay. Announcements? Do we have any announcements? No? No public input? Okay. For those members of the audience who do not wish to stay for the business portion of the meeting, now is the appropriate time for you to leave. No takers, okay. Item 3, reports, Great Oaks Board report.
I did not get a chance to print it. I have it on my phone here. So for the September 10th meeting, excuse me, Harry Snyder recognized board members Emily Chestnut and Terry Gibson as OSBA Aptitude Award recipients. The OSBA Aptitude Award requires a board member to demonstrate an understanding and application of a variety of governance skills across 6 leadership areas: vision, accountability, policy, community engagement, relationships, and advocacy. Harry Snyder reported that school year 2026 is beginning with a record enrollment of 3,494 juniors and seniors across the 4 Great Oaks campuses. This represents 170 more students than the previous year's opening enrollment and a 31% increase since school year 2019. Harry Snyder reported a $20,250 donation to the Great Oaks Foundation in memory of a Mason High School graduate who died tragically in a car accident in 2022. The organization Be the Change organized the Memorial Car and Bike Show in Mason in May, with net proceeds donated to support scholarships. The board approved the advisory committees for the district, campuses, and CTE programs as recommended by the Education Program Design and Evaluation Committee. A hallmark of career and technical education is the involvement of industry partners. Business and industry advisory committees build relationships and partnerships that meaningfully impact educational programs and contribute to the success of Great Oaks students. And also, the board voted to accept the lowest responsible bid for Diamond Oaks RTU replacement, Phase 2 Project TP Mechanical LLC, for $1,096,000 as recommended by the Building and Assets Committee. And that is the Great Oaks report.
Thank you. Legislative liaison report.
First, I apologize for me being late. Got caught in some traffic there. Legislative update. As we continue navigating financial constraints and preparing for projected shortfall in year 3 of our 5-year forecast, several recent legislative actions could directly affect Mount Healthy's funding, flexibility, property tax revenue, and operational planning. 1, governor's activity. Ohio School Bus Safety Grant Program. Governor DeWine announced a new $10 million statewide grant program administered by the Department of Education and Workforce. Purpose: support the repair, replacement, or addition of authorized safety features on buses in service, or to enhance safety in the purchase of new buses. Eligibility: all public districts, community and STEM schools, non-public schools, educational service centers, and county boards of developmental disabilities. The application window opens October 15th and closes November 14th, 2025 at 5 p.m. And they have a e-grant EdStep through their online EdStep system. All right, 2, House activity, property tax and levy legislation. The Ohio House passed 2 significant bills affecting school finance. House Bill 129 passed with a vote of 81 to 16 and includes current expense fixed sum levies in a district's 20 mil floor calculation. It allows only districts under fiscal emergency, watch, or caution, or those with prior emergency levies to pursue new fixed sum levies, labeled as such and limited to 5 years. House Bill 309 passed with a vote of 75 to 19. Expands County Budget Commission authority to reduce millage on voter-approved levies deemed unnecessary or excessive. Protects school districts from being reduced below the 20 mil floor unless they request it. Impact: although Mount Healthy is protected at the floor, this bill underscores continued state focus on constraining local tax growth, limiting our ability to offset state funding shortfalls. Number 3, House Education Committee highlights. First hearings were held on several bills. House Bill 415, the Crown Act prohibits discrimination based on hair texture or protective hairstyles. House Bill 431 requires human trafficking screening in public schools. And House Bill 485, the Baby Olivia Act, adds human growth and developmental instruction. Number 4, Senate Education Committee activity. Senate Bill 272 would replace the American Government End of Course exam with a civics assessment. Senate Bill 276 ratifies the Interstate Compact for School Psychologists, easing credential transfers. And Senate Bill 144 makes educator licensure grade band changes, potentially affecting teacher assignments and certification renewals. Number 5, additional legislative topics of interest. House Bill 186, on its 7th hearing, caps property tax growth for districts on the 20 mil floor at the rate of inflation, an ongoing concern for Mount Healthy given our dependence on local property tax revenue. House Bill 335, in its 3rd hearing, limits inside millage growth for the GDP deflator rate. House Bill 499, which is new, would permit county budget commissions to reduce collections to the prior year's level, but protects districts on the 20 mil floor from losing state aid. And Senate Bill 250, the Promised Land Act, creates tax credits for nonprofits building owner-occupied housing, which could indirectly support community stability within the district. Conclusion: for Mount Healthy, House Bill 129, House Bill 309, and House Bill 186 represent the most immediate fiscal concerns, each tightening the property tax framework that underpins our local revenue. As a 100% poverty district, these measures could limit our flexibility to generate new funds and make recovery from the future shortfalls more difficult. The Ohio School Bus Safety Grant is a positive opportunity amid these constraints, and staff should prepare to apply before the November 14th deadline. That's my legislative report.
Thank you. Okay. Agenda item 4, report of the treasurer.
Alrighty, so looks like we have 5 files here that you guys were given to go over. We'll start with the easier ones that you're used to seeing here. We'll start with the cash summary report. As you can see here, it looks just a little different than usual. It's now subtotaled by fund. So as you can see, for example, here in 002, there's 2 different fund accounts underneath this blanket 002 fund. So every fund is just subtotaled here in bold with everything it includes. So this lets you see a little bit easier if you want to know exactly what's in a specific fund without having to total it yourself on the old look. It's all totaled here for you in this fund balance. So we go down to the bottom here. We ended with a fund balance at the end of September of $10,748,249.44. Again, this is the number we use in our bank reconciliation, and we'll move to that here. As you can see, here's that number, $10,748,000 that we just looked at from the cash summary. And you can see at the bottom here, again, we reached that same variance we've been reaching each month, which means everything's in working order. And these will be addressed in the next month or so as we move forward past, the giant things we were working on prior. Here's the payroll bank reconciliation we're used to seeing. We have our adjustments here that have been carried on. We're going to address these 2 as well. And again, we reached the same variance as we received last month, 1723.33 for a balance of 0. These are all, they look normal as they always do. Is there any questions regarding the cash summary or bank reconciliations? Alrighty, that moves us to the new items. We'll start with this one. It's the simpler of the 2. This one's called a spending plan comparison. Basically, in a nutshell, this report here gives us our actual dollars spent in every forecast line for each month of the year. We could ignore October for now. As the time this was ran, there was some things done in October already, so we're focusing on these September numbers. So all of these lines here in this column show all our money received, money spent down here further down, all for the month of September. This report is important as we use it heavily in the new monitoring workbook required by the commission. So we're going to move into that now, and I'll explain on there where we use these numbers. So if we jump into here, we'll start on this tab here. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. So basically, this whole sheet here, moving forward, will represent our actual numbers. If you see these columns where they say July, August, September actual, these are all those numbers we just saw on the spending plan comparison. So these are actual amounts that we spent or received during the month of September. If you can see here, this September variance column, we left that open just to show you moving forward what this might look like. There's no variances right now from our estimates because these are all actual. So moving forward, we acquired estimates from Forecast 5 based on when we've received money in prior years, when we've spent money, all based on our new forecast. So they used all that together to spit us out new estimates monthly that we put into this workbook. And then as we enter, as you can see here, October estimate based on prior trends of what we received and spent in past years tying into our new forecast, these are the numbers here in this column that we're estimating are going to occur in October. Once October ends, we will then go in, use that spending plan comparison, enter in the actuals, and that will give us variances in this column here to show how far are we off of what we were estimating to receive, what we were estimating to spend. And this just shows basically that we're staying on track with our FRP, which has all these total numbers over here. The big, long recovery plan that we submitted and got approved, all those numbers are in this sheet now, and all of these numbers total into these columns over here. So basically, like I said, this just shows you all in the commission we're staying on track with where we're supposed to be based on that FRP. Any questions on this tab? Pretty self-explanatory here. So we'll move down here to, so these are just kind of some explanation columns, or if we have any variances where we can explain what might have happened, why we think there's variances, so on and so forth. We'll move down to this page. So basically, this page is solely our bank reconciliations that we just presented combined onto one screen. So all the totals from both reconciliations are represented in these columns. And if you take the two variances and add them together, they all come up to this $6,296.10. Show you here that it's been consistent as we've shown before. And then down here, just notes of those adjustments that show up on the bank rec. So basically, this is just a bank reconciliation summary page to show in a nutshell that, you know, we're staying right where we were as far as balancing goes each month. So is there any questions on this page? Alrighty, moving forward. All right, new tab here. So this is our fund balance summary page. So every month, you'll see a new column here with a new month. And all the fund balances that we saw on the cash summary will go into this screen here. As you can see here, some of these accounts are red. That means they're showing a negative balance. A lot of these smaller ones have been carried over from years past, so we're going to address those as we move along. The bulk of the red are down here in the grant funds. Basically, me and Kristen and Sarah are working through this. Anywhere there's a pink slot where there's a negative, we have to explain, hey, why is there a negative balance? Is there a PCR out there that we've requested money to, you know, negate some of this negative balance? So this is pretty much a grand snapshot of all our funds in one spot, and any pending activity we have against those funds. So this gives us a good idea of where our funds are at, where, you know, the grant or the funds are showing negative, where do we need to address issues. So this is kind of a one-stop shop of, okay, rather than looking at a bunch of different things, we have all our funds in one spot to know what we need to work on as far as fund balances go. Any questions on this tab?
I do have a question.
Sure.
So that's a lot of red in our grant balances, which I feel like should not be there. Was there an issue with the PCRs?
There's still FERs out there that were due end of September that we've not received yet, that are keying into those balances, and also any money that's been spent in September is also in those balances, whether it's a 25 or 26 account. So there are pending FERs against the 25 accounts, and we've actually already started some 26 account PCRs as well. So those numbers will fluctuate month to month based on the PCRs that we've submitted.
So based on what, because, I mean, it's hard for us to know which ones you guys have already kind of looked into or know about.
Sure.
Just based on how much red is there, is that concerning to look at based on how much you know you're...
I would say no, because we've got all of our FERs in place based on these numbers here. So in theory, all of these numbers in the next month or so at least should. So for example, any of these 25 accounts, for example, this negative 1823.64, I would assume next month, depending on the grants, they've all been out of whack, so it may not be here this month. We're at their discretion on when they come in. But for example, like this FR or this SR3 ARP FY24, we had a late liquidation request against this big balance here that we're still waiting on. The rest of this balance we've already included in the FRP to cover from general fund. So all these 24 accounts on this side are already built into our FRP. 25s we're waiting on FERs, and then 26s we have either pending PCRs or there will be pending PCRs in the coming, you know, we're going to try to do them right every month, Kristen. Versus yearly, the way they've kind of been done before. So this will at least keep us on track with cash flow. So we're not spending all this money, not receiving it back until we ask all at once. This way, monthly, we're requesting any money we spent that month back to keep the, you know, cash rolling through versus waiting so long like we did before. So any other questions? All righty, moving on down. This here just pretty much shows current staff counts based on these object codes here, 111, which is your certified staff, 141 object codes are your classified staffs, and this just gives you a monthly snapshot of your staff counts. So these will fluctuate based on, every year there's some staff that might move to purchase service. That would decrease your staff count. Some years there's staff that will go from purchase service to payroll to either save costs. It might be a little cheaper to pay them as your employee versus paying them as a purchase service. So that's why kind of these numbers are fluctuating here. We had a few move to purchase service, and then we had a few come back. So this jump here down kind of explains that. The jump from July to August was, there's still administrators get paid once in August that don't drop off until later. So basically, as we move forward, we'll get a more true, accurate count of where we are. This is just the months where there seems to be the change over. So moving forward, that'll give us a more accurate snapshot of where we are as far as staff counting goes. Any questions on this page? Self-explanatory as well. A lot of this stuff is solely so we can know where we are at all times versus kind of having to guess, which is helpful. This page is basically just our debt summary page of any of our outstanding debts that we currently have. This is our solvency assistance repayment that we received. Here's our COPS payment on the ELC, and then here is our buildings bond payment here in this column. There's not a whole lot to go over on this page besides this buildings bond issue is paid through, we receive funds to pay these buildings bonds. It was a bond versus, what did you call it, just a loan like we received on the COPS? So yeah, bond versus loan. So pretty much we're paying this, and this is we receive in through payments that we get specifically for this bond. So is there any questions on this page? Those should all be at least known of at the moment, so that I figured there wouldn't be any questions there. This sheet here, not too important here, is basically just a summary of these two lines in the forecast since 2019. Line 10.01, our fund balance, and then line 6.01, our excess of revenues over or under expenditures. So as you can see back here in the blue is your forecast. Here's your projected balances. As you can see, there was a downward trend from on both lines going down in here to where we are now. That all keys into why we are where we are. And this is just pretty much a summary every year of those two lines based on our forecasts. Any questions on this page? Alrighty, moving right along. Here is pretty much an audit summary page. There's not a whole lot to report on this page as we have submitted our audit for fiscal year ending June 30, 2023. It's not been released yet. As you can see here, not issued where it says date of release. We are currently working on 24, trying to get that in a better time frame than 23 was completed. And down here you can see fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022 was released 4/6/2023. So yeah, this is just a summary of our audits, pretty much where they are. Obviously, this one's going to change once it gets released. But is there any questions on this page? Nope. Let's go down. Alrighty, I think this is one of the last pages. So basically, we were discussing this in our meeting earlier, and in discussing with Dorothy, this is a page that we may or may not get to later on. It's basically from our performance audit. There were recommendations that the district to make once we went into emergency here, as you can see, May 2024, of their suggested changes we make and estimated savings those changes would make. This would take a lot of deep dive backtracking on data. And talking with Dorothy, like she said, we may or may not get to this page at some point, but as of right now, there's not a whole lot to go over on this page, so we'll just move on down here. And actually, I believe that's the last page. Are there any overall questions? Alrighty, that, yes. Awesome. And there also won't be as much describing each page next month versus the numbers. This is the first time reporting it, so we just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of what the monitoring workbook is, and in turn, we're moving from the old workbook that we had that kind of reflected years and years of the changes made to this one, which is purely monthly, showing how we're staying on track with that FRP that got approved. So that should conclude my financial reports.
Do I have a motion to approve the financial reports?
Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Kilgore, seconded by Ms. Anderson.
Thanks.
Give Jake a second to catch up here.
I'm good.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
All right, moves us on to subject C, transfer to bond retirement fund. So this is a recommendation to transfer $668,025 to the general fund, from the general fund to the bond retirement fund to cover FY26 debt payments on the 2020 certificate of participation borrowing for the ELC.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Who was the second on that, please?
That was Ms. Bryant.
Thank you.
Alrighty, moving to subject D, approval of contracts. So we're asking for approval of the contracts as presented.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Kilgore. Any discussion?
I just have a question on the table here. Why some of them have the revised code numbers and some of them just say yes? In the last row, on the last column, they're missing the codes.
So sometimes there is a specific code. Sometimes there's a specific. We're just gonna, this one will. Okay, sometimes there is a specific Ohio Revised Code that it's meeting, and sometimes there's not, but it's still a statutory requirement for like the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. So that's why sometimes it says yes, and sometimes it has a specific ORC. There's not always an ORC.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not a requirement at all.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Moving to subject E, approval of purchase orders over $5,000.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Carter. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Subject F, approval of then and now, is it these purchase orders? Yeah, then and now purchase orders. Okay.
Do you want to share? Yeah.
Yes, please.
So this Then and Now is a curriculum that was purchased several years ago, but the billing wasn't going to the district, or it was going to someone that was no longer at the district. So it came to my attention just recently. So that's why it's a Then and Now. We do owe the amount, so we need to pay the amount. So that's why we're asking for the approval for that.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Ms. Bryant. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Concludes my report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
On to the superintendent.
Okay, a few informational items. So I do want to share some good news. The school district report cards came out in September from the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. Mount Healthy did increase half a star, so we are now at 2.5 stars out of 5, which is really commendable. It's not easy to increase those stars on the report card, and that just really is significant and shows the dedication of our staff and our students and their families. We had a 4-year graduation rate for our high school of 91.2%, which gave them 3 stars for graduation rate. And then our college, career, workforce, and military readiness component, we also got 3 stars. So that was a huge contributing factor in going up to the 2.5 stars. So we know that the school district report cards are not the be-all, end-all by any means, and are not always a full picture of what's happening in the district or what our students are really capable of, but it is one indicator. And so I just wanted to share that good news. Additionally, an update on Gear Up. So a lot of you have probably seen in the news or on social media about our Gear Up program, which has been a really valuable program in the district. It is through a federally funded grant. The grant is through Cincinnati Youth Collaborative. So unfortunately, the federal funding for Gear Up was discontinued by the federal government. They did file an appeal, and unfortunately, the appeal was denied. We are happy to report that the Cincinnati Youth Collaborative, CYC, is going to fund salaries for the Gear Up employees through the end of December. So we know that we will at least have those employees in our high school building through the end of this calendar year. CYC continues to look for additional funding through private donors or other grant opportunities in hopes that they would be able to fund the program longer term. That program, like I said, has been very valuable. We're right in the middle of the 7-year grant cycle, so we're on year 4. They provide services to first-generation college students and economically disadvantaged students, and a lot of our students have really benefited from those services. So we hope that they'll be able to find a way to continue. And that is my report. All right, item B is student-teacher placement. So this is just a recommendation to approve the following individuals to be compensated for hosting a student-teacher or practicum student. This money, if you recall, I think last month, you approved a whole list of universities that we were partnering with to provide student teachers. The money flows from the university through the district, and then we pay the person hosting the student teacher. So it's at no cost to the district.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Second.
Moved by Mr. Kilgore, seconded by Ms. Anderson. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Thank you. Item C is the acceptance of the donations, including Hellenic Ladies, I'm not even sure how to say that, Philip Tokjo Society, HLP Society, Holy Trinity St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox Church, and that was for a check for school supplies for the ELC and $600.
Okay. Do I have a motion? Any discussion? So I assume if it's to the ELC, it's just to the programs that would have been in the ELC.
Correct.
If we're still using the ELC.
To, yes, to preschool and kindergarten.
Okay. Any further discussion? Could we have a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant? Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Thank you. Item D is to approve the resignations of the staff listed there.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Oh,
Ms. Bryant already seconded.
moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Ms. Bryant. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant? Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Thank you. Item E is to approve classified personnel.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Kilgore. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
I have
Oh.
one, probably a dumb question, but the ones that say they're not on the FRP yet, is it because, those are also the new ones, is it just because we didn't plan for them and they'll be on the FRP? Is that the only reason they're not on there?
So if it's an IEP requirement, usually that would be the reason that it's not part of the FRP, or, so the one that says, it says in the second row, IEP requirement, if we have a student move in who already has an IEP and then maybe has an aide on their IEP, then we're responsible for doing those services, so that would not be in our FRP. And then the last one is for our district improvement plan that we have with the state, and that's paid through grant funds, our federal IDEA B funds. So the FRP only includes general fund items.
Okay.
Any other questions or discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant, Mr. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have a recommendation to approve the following contract changes and transfers.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I'll second. So that was a motion by Ms. Anderson, a second by me. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant, Mr. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes.
Thank you. Item G is approval of the supplemental positions as listed.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Kilgore. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant,
Yes.
Mr. Carter, Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes.
Thank you. Item H is approval of the 21st Century Grant After School Program. Recommendation is to approve the following to be compensated for the after-school program, which is paid with funds from the 21st Century Grant.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Kilgore, seconded by Mr. Carter. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson,
Yes.
Ms. Bryant,
Yes.
Mr. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore,
Yes.
Dr. Turner.
Yes.
Item I is to approve the sale, auctioning, or disposal of buses. So I am recommending that we approve the sale, auctioning, or disposal of that list of buses there, which have reached their limit in repair value and mileage. So we have 17 buses from 2010. They are all at the end of their life, to the point where it would cost more to repair, to continue to keep up with maintenance and repairs than it would be to just go ahead and sell them. So we would like to go ahead and start that process of trying to auction them. They are all right around 100,000 miles. It really ranges from about 95,000 to some are around 120,000. Estimated return on these is about $4,000 a piece. So we would like to try auctioning them first and to get the most out of them that we can. If we are unable to auction, then at that point, there's the potential that we would look at scrapping them to get some funds from them that way.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, do we have replacements for the buses that we're selling now? Are these buses been on the road?
These buses are not on the road currently, no.
And what means do we have to replace these buses?
We do not. So right now, we wouldn't need this number of buses. We only have 11, well, let's see, we have 15 routes on the road, but only a handful of those are our buses because of the way the Peterman contract is written. So the only reason if in the future the district decided to go back to doing that in-house versus having that through a purchase service, then we would maybe need to look at replacing buses, but at this time, there is not a need for that.
Okay, now, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought in the contract with Peterman that they would give us 2 new buses every year. Is that still going on?
There is a part in the contract about getting new buses, and we have, I'll need to double check on the 2 per year as to whether there was an amendment somewhere along the way, because that was in the initial contract from 2012.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Any further discussion? Just to clarify, you said the maintenance would cost more than selling, but I think you meant replacing.
Oh, yes, replacing, sorry. The maintenance, they all need, my understanding from working with Peterman, because they're the ones that maintain our buses through that contract, they all need some type of oil pump replacement, either now need it or will need it in the very near future. And that part is very expensive to replace. So they actually, that combined with labor is more than what the buses are worth. Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Could we have a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes.
Thank you. Item J is the first reading of recommended bylaw and policy changes, and there are a number listed there.
Okay. And everyone got that in their packet of stuff on Friday, so hopefully everyone's taken a look at them. All right. Thank you. Item 6, open discussion by the Board of Education. No discussion. Item 7, executive session. This would be entering into an executive session for 2 different purposes. One would be to consider one or more of the following items with respect to a public employee or official: appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, compensation, or investigation of charges. And also, so that's item 1, and also item 7 on the possible executive session reasons list is matters to be kept confidential, and that's a contract with one of our purchase services organizations. So do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Kilgore. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant? Mr. Carter? Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes. Going into executive session at 6:44. I believe there is a strong possibility that we will be taking a vote after we come out of executive session. So if anyone wants to stay for the vote, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to. Okay. We'll be back. Okay. Jake, we returned at 7:10.
I'm late.
Just for official record keeping purposes. So at this point, I would like a motion to amend the agenda to add a vote. We need to appoint an interim treasurer. Jake's time as interim is coming to an end. So do I have a motion to amend the agenda to add a vote on appointing an interim treasurer?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Anderson, seconded by Mr. Kilgore. Any discussion? Can we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes. So that will be item That was Ms. Anderson and Mr. Kilgore.
Yes. Anderson and Kilgore.
So that, Lavonda, would that be D under 7, or would that be a new 8? Okay. Okay. And then 7E, do I have a motion to appoint Kristen Yancey as the new interim treasurer at her current rate of pay?
So moved.
Oh, second.
Okay, thank you. So that was Mr. Kilgore, Ms. Anderson. Any discussion? Could we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes. I'm sorry, is that C-E-Y or C-Y? Okay,
And can I just add really quickly, I know
Sure.
that it already passed, but we are thankful to Jake for everything that he's done
Yeah.
to get
We
the
are.
financial recovery plan approved. When he was initially appointed as interim treasurer, it was it capped out at a certain dollar amount, and so he's exhausted those hours. Kristen Yancey has been assisting in the treasurer's office to provide continuity and recently obtained her treasurer's license. So she is a fully licensed Ohio treasurer, and so the timing works out well. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
yeah, we thank both of you, because I know a lot of people in this district, I think everybody in this district has stepped up and done, above and beyond for the last couple of years, and definitely in the last several months in terms of the treasurer's office. So we do appreciate it. Okay. Item 8, Board of Education report. The date of the next Board of Education meeting is, turn the page, November 10th at 6 p.m. There's also a commission meeting next week, October 23rd at 5:30 p.m. And if nobody has anything else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Carter, seconded by Ms. Anderson. Any discussion? Can we take a vote, please?
Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Ms. Bryant?
Yes.
Mr. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Kilgore?
Yes.
Dr. Turner?
Yes. Oh, I usually just do the all in favor, but, oh, well, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we are adjourned at 7:15. Thank you, everybody.